Hey, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Adrian's Forge, where we're going to take a fascinating trip down the discovery of learning about coils. Yes, for those of us that are wanting to head in the induction direction of the forge, making one's coils is a necessity. Um, Today's video will have two objectives. It will test the estimation process that I have in place, and two, it will see if there is any difference between a non-filled copper bend on a tight radius and a not sand, sorry, my bad, a salt, not sand, salt, a salt-filled test to see if I can get tighter radius bends in it. So, and everybody has an opinion, so please tell me what yours is down in the comments section. And while you're down there, hit the like button, and let's go ahead and move on to that first boring step about math and estimation. See you there. Well, hey, welcome to the whiteboard for the first part. Like I said, this will be a two-parter, or two-part uh, information seeking. One is how close is my estimation skills on how much coil I will need if I'm going to be doing any kind of uh, fill method of bending, such as filling it with sand, only to know the exact length or close to it, so I waste as little as possible. This is part one, finding out if how accurate I am on my length of. So what we're going to do. Oh, and secondly, if you can't see the numbers at the end, I'll write all this down and do it, pop it on the screen like I've been trying, and we'll keep it so you can see it. So here we go. Obviously, the first part of our number is 3.14, which is just pi. And then we'll times that by our diameter, which is 1.75. But I know what you're saying, but you say it's a 1.5. Well, for this particular equation, we need the diameter at the inside, at the center of the copper, not the inside of the. So it's a quarter inch bigger. So that will be 1.75, and times the number of spins it's going to be around. And I call it a 2.5 spin coil. So we'll make this 2.75, and then 10 inches for each of the end posts to come in, all the other stuff that goes with it. And that's what we will be using. In one moment. Calculator, 3.14 times 1.75 times 2.75 equals plus 10 equals. Anyway, so it says that we will need 15.11 inches for the coil, and then we're going to want 10 for the legs and the crimping and wastage that we know that's going to happen. So that's going to make a total coil 25.11 inches, which is phenomenally close to 25 and an eighth. And that will be a length of our first piece of copper, and we'll see how much we trim off at the end to see how much that number is what we need, or what I need, or the project needs. Hey, here we are. I'm going to go ahead and straighten out about 26 inches. Then I'm going to measure out my 25 and an eighth. Then I'm going to cut it. So let's go. And ta-da! Okay, this is where we're going to crimp one end, put on the fill aid, and then we're going to flare it. And you'll see why in a minute. Anyway, here we go. I know what you're going to say. You forgot to ream it. Yeah, well, this is going to go bye-bye, so I didn't waste time. But that is... this. And then it fills up. So let me go get the salt and we'll fill this up. Be right back. So here we are. Obviously, I get it in. Alright. Alright then. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm off camera, I'm gonna cut this off and clean it up, and then we set up it over at the bending area and see how well it bends. Catch you in a few. Okay, a couple of things we need to mark real quick. Half inch on each end was our expected, uh, which is going to be wrong. So, which we're going to probably lose, where's my pen that is. We'll go ahead and mark that as an inch. And then the first one, I'll start at 4 inches. Remember that next time. All right. Now I think it's time to cut it to the 4. It looks like we called it real close to accurate on that number. So I think that we'll get as close, although we will need to add another inch for these guys. Okay, well, between then and now, I decided that I made several massive mistakes on it. My estimations were good. Um, I got the numbers that I wanted. I just didn't call for the right numbers. So on the next one, that'll be fixed. Uh, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and do the second part of this, which is to see if the salt filled doesn't deform this back in a tight tone, because that'll be important for another coil that we need to come up here real quick. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get bending. think I've got enough here. We run them in comparison. This one, the one with the salt in it, does have a little deformation, a hair more, but massive less than without. So I'm going to go ahead and say that at this point, the salt works. I'll go ahead and I think I'm going to try and make this ending just short and sweet. Yes, the estimation skills for the procedure is fairly spot on. So we can go with that. Obviously, I need to pay attention and make sure the numbers that I'm wanting are right, and then it'll be perfect. As for the radiuses, I don't know if you can see the deformation in that. And here is the one with anyway, hopefully you can see it. A massive amount more deformation in the non-filled. Fairly pretty slight deformation in the salt-filled. The first thing on the next coil episode will be me building a jig to get the salt, to use some kind of water system to get the salt out of the tube. Because right now I got most of it out just by tapping and shaking it, but there's some stuck in there someplace, so I'm going to build a water jig at the beginning of the next one, and then we're going to do some speed coil building. So something to look forward to. Remember, you want to see that, so click on the subscribe and notification button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day, and remember, you're wonderful people.